So Elon Musk came out and gave us some exciting news during the Giga Texas launch just a few days ago. My God, there were so many questions, so many things to digest from that event. Some were amazing, beautiful, and out of this world, but then some where if I only think as a stock investor, then I need to look and ask some questions and need to discuss few things. So what's the best way to share this with the like-minded people and debate on what's going on or what's going to happen with Tesla in the coming days and in the coming years? My main goal of this video is not to share what was announced during the event, because I'm sure all of you guys already know what was announced during the event, but to share my opinion on those points and also ask all of you watching this video to share your opinion. So I'll share this article which describes all the major announcements, and then we'll discuss each one and their effect on Tesla as a company and Tesla as a stock. And in return, please write a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if you think I provided some value, then please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Okay, so let me share the screen right here and let me actually take you what I'm talking about. So these are the 6 points that were discussed or that was discussed by Tesla during the rodeo event. And we are going to go over one by one, and then we'll discuss what it means for Tesla. Number one, the Gigafactory right here in Austin will outproduce all of Tesla's plans. For example, it's expected to build 500,000 units of Model Y in a single year. Okay, so this relates to the second point. The second point was discussed is the Cybertruck, Semi, and Roadster are coming in 2023, must set this new time frame for a long-anticipated EVs. The Semi and the Roadster have been delayed since 2017 and the Cybertruck since 2019. So we know that Tesla is able to produce about 500,000 units of Model Y in a single year from Giga Texas. Now, Giga Texas, from the capacity, from the size, can easily attain up to over 1 million vehicles a year. Some are saying even close to 2 million vehicles a year. Now, 500,000 unit of Model Y is not going to come this year. It's saying that it's expected to build 500,000 units of Model Y. Okay, the Cybertruck, Semi, and Roadster are coming in 2023. So actually, let me just share this with you. This is my Tesla account right here. So you know, or you can see that I'm a big Tesla bull for the stock and also for the company. This is my current car. This is on order that has been delayed for almost now 6 months. I was supposed to receive this in January, but now it's coming in July. But look, as soon as I saw Cybertruck, I immediately went and I put reserved 4 Cybertrucks. And then on top of that, I used to have a Model S, which I sold, and then I got this one. So I've been with Tesla since 2015, both for the stock and for the car. Now, when they say that it's expected to produce 500,000 units, I totally agree that Giga Texas has the capacity of producing over 1 million vehicles. But the question I have is that I don't think Tesla will be able to produce 500,000 units this year. Tesla will be able to produce 500,000 units of Model Y next year in 2023 or maybe in 2024. So, and we heard from Elon in the whole thing that the next big thing for Tesla is actually going scale, basically expanding the Tesla's footprint, how many cars they produced. Because the biggest problem EV companies have is that they cannot produce enough. So if Tesla's whole focus is to produce more cars, then I feel Cybertruck, Semi, and Roadster. Let's take Semi and Roadster out of the question right now. So if you just talk about Cybertruck, and in Elon words, the CEO also brought Cybertruck on stage, called it company's magnum opus. That means a work of art. So their focus will be to release Cybertruck before they release Semi and the Roadster, not in parallel, but I think they will prioritize Cybertruck before because of the number of orders they have. Now, I feel that Cybertruck is going to come out when Tesla has reached the scale right here on Model Y in Giga Texas, because that kind of makes sense when they're producing the car that sells the most, the car that has the most demand out first, and then they focus on Cybertruck. In that case, if Model Y is not going to be in full production by 2023, I feel Cybertruck is going to come in 2024. 2023, and I know it sucks because I was really waiting for my Cybertruck this year so I can get rid of Model S and have Cybertruck as the main car, but it's not coming. I think it's not going to be here till 2024, to be optimistically speaking here. 2023, they're so much focused on scaling the production. They're so much focused on scaling Model Y production in Giga Texas. And I know that they can go parallel, but again, they have other priorities too. They are talking about China, the issue that they're dealing with China right now. They're talking about now Berlin, that they have to ramp up. So with all that going on, and since Elon specifically said that their focus is to scale in 2022 and in 2023, and scaling means building as much as possible. And then in 2023, they might announce a new robotaxi, which we are going to cover in just one second. But I think this is going to be huge right here, that they have to first produce 500,000 unit of Model Y, and then they go to the next things. And the next thing would be inline, Cybertruck, Semi, and Roadster. And then I think this is going to go to 24 when you and I can get our cars. They might produce like one or two, or they might produce few Cybertrucks. But I think by the time us consumers get their first Cybertrucks, it's going to be well in 2024 or 2025. The third thing they announced is that Tesla's full self-driving functionality will see a wider release next year. So this right here is of course very, very exciting, and this kind of connects to the next. So when Elon announced that they will have a dedicated robotaxi, it kind of sparked two things in my mind. Number one, if there is going to be a dedicated robotaxi, that means they're very close to solving FSD, or they have actually solved FSD internally. Of course, people don't have it. Even those who have the beta functionality for FSD, it's not fully beta. I mean, it cannot really navigate that well in the inner roads. I've seen some videos. It's still like kind of they're improving it. And of course, it's a big leap forward. They will continue improving it. But when they say they're going to have a dedicated robotaxi, I think they have cracked the FSD to the full. And that's why it was really, really exciting. But if I see as a stock investor, why did I got these 4 Cybertrucks right here? I'm only going to be using one, but why did I got these remaining 3? I was really relying on this right here, this Tesla's FSD, to be fully, and then using them as robotaxis. That was my kind of plan of action, that I want to have like 4 Cybertrucks, and one I will use for myself. The other 3 I'm going to run as a robotaxi, because that was so exciting just to get the thought of being first in line to be able to do that. And that's why I reserved the car. I'm pretty sure that's why when people are buying FSDs and paying for FSDs, that's their also hope that once Tesla launches that service, they want to be, it's not for the money-making purpose, but also being first to use that. For me, it was being first to use that service. So when it says over here that Tesla's, they're going to have a dedicated robotaxi, what does it mean for us Tesla owners who paid for FSD? In my 2018 Model S, I paid $7,000 when I got the car for FSD. I haven't received much of the benefits of that payment yet. I'm still waiting for my beta version. I'm going to make a different video on that. It's a funny story. But I'm just kind of puzzled by this, that if they are going to have a dedicated robotaxi, it's kind of makes sense to have a dedicated robotaxi for Tesla, because they can get away with much more liability concerns. Because that was my question, is that if my taxi is driving, and if something happens, who's paying for it? Whose insurance is paying for it? Mine, or the consumers, or Tesla's? And that was a big question mark, because I felt that that was still out there in the wild. Okay, how is that going to be handled? And I feel by having a dedicated robotaxi, Tesla is not going to sell that. Tesla is going to keep it within their network. That way, it's much easier for the claims. Now we know that when we are getting on a robotaxi, it's Tesla's insurance that's covering it, or the commercial insurance that's covering it. So it makes sense for the business purposes, but then it kind of drops this, that why would somebody, most of the people, why would they pay that high premium for themselves? Yes, but I don't drive much. I mean, my whole commute is like 5 to 7 miles. So for me, it was mainly about using my car as a robotaxi. So we'll see how it comes. But I mean, dedicated robotaxi, exciting, because I think they cracked the FSD. But then on the other hand, what happens to folks like you and me who bought FSD for the purpose of using it as a robotaxi? We'll see. That's still, I think, another year or 2 out for the announcement, and then I don't know when we'll get the production. And then Tesla is still developing is Optimus Robot, and then bot will enter production hopefully next year. And then hopefully I take it with a grain of salt, but it's really, really exciting. It's one of the things that if I feel, and if I put my hat as a stock investor, I feel that's going to keep me invested in Tesla stock much longer than after Tesla has reached its max capacity for the cars. So if Tesla is releasing, let's say my goal was to kind of start trimming my Tesla position by 2028, 2030, given what's going on with Tesla as cars, because I think by that time it has massively scaled in the production, because I think in the next year or two, we are going to get many more announcements of Tesla gigafactories opening everywhere. And I feel India as one of the options next where Tesla will be going. I have in my previous videos actually shown a chart that has currently that Tesla has actually have an office of R&D in India, and I think that will be the place where I feel that they will be opening next factory to kind of take care of that continent. So I am very, very positive and very, very enthusiastic about this particular one thing over here, because I think that's going to keep Tesla in the front running for a very, very long time, way past 2030. And Tesla stock can easily 20-30x just on this, bringing it to the market. Cars, of course, cars are very, very bullish. I mean, it's already happening. We are already seeing that S-curve climb up from where we are right now. Okay, so and then after that, this hamster news, 194 billion hamsters, amazing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically quickly share the Tesla chart with you and show you one thing in the chart that I am noticing. Okay, so let me go ahead quickly and then share this with you guys. Yep, you can see. Okay, so if you notice, this is actually, by the way, Moomoo that I'm using, and it's an amazing app. I have provided a link in the description. Sign up to get 5 free stocks. It's pretty cool app actually. I really like it. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys here is that this is a daily chart of Tesla going all the way back to 2020. And if you notice over here that any time Tesla has traded in this tight range, this is Bollinger Band, by the way, the study that I'm using, that when the Tesla has traded in this tight range right here, then it has that explosive where the Tesla stock has gone really, really high and broken all the resistance and all the support, and then reached new levels. Then if you look over here right now, this was the time all the way from February to now where Tesla was kind of trending downwards, and the Bollinger Band was also trading at a very tight level right here, and then it has a breakout right here. So right now where we are, we can see some downturn in the stock in the coming days, and I have another kind of logic why I'm saying this, but we can expect, because it's touching almost on top. Anytime it's touched almost on top, it follows with a downtrend that kind of lasts for a few weeks, and then it takes a flight up and breakout. And I feel these are the times when it's really, really rewarding for investors to enter Tesla, like for example right here or right here or right here, because then after that you see this flight going up, and you can just go back and take this. Like just imagine if you were to invest right here, which was about 566 when a Tesla stock was last year of March of 2021, and then after that you go and then you see where the stock is right now. But anytime you follow this Bollinger Band, and anytime on a daily chart, anytime if Bollinger Band is trading in a very tight range, it usually have an explosive growth, and right now it has that explosive growth. So if somebody was asking me on the Discord, do you think it's the right time to buy Tesla? I think it's kind of not the right time right now to buy Tesla, and I will share my other reason for it, just because of this right here as well. On a technical standpoint, Tesla is really high right now, and it cools off and then it trades in the tight range and then it blasts off again. That's what Tesla stock does, and then when it blasts off, it forms higher highs throughout, and then after that it just goes through the moon. So I trade Tesla options very frequently, and just this past week we made about $10,000 selling covered calls when Tesla had that spike. I alerted our Discord members, and if you like to be a part of the group, then consider joining us for more one-on-one conversations. Okay, so coming back to the Cyber Rodeo event. So here is what I feel, in my opinion, going to happen. So especially with the China shutdown in the coming days, I would say that's going to massively affect Tesla's Q2 delivery numbers and also production numbers. And given how Tesla has been reporting from the last few quarters, any downturn on the numbers or a hint of the downturn will be a huge deal for the media, as they look for any excuse to target Tesla, and this will be their reason to come out and butcher Tesla's quarter. And I feel we have another danger, which will be Tesla's earnings call, which is going to happen on April 20th. And by the way, I'm going for a hiking trip with some of my friends from April 20th to 25th, so won't be able to bring you the earnings video, but I will definitely be reading each and every line of the transcript, because I think Tesla will give us some hints about the numbers for Q2, which may not sit well with the analyst, and given the macroeconomic challenges we are facing, the stock may not react positively. I have 2023 options. I bought a call to 2023 a couple months ago, and I plan on taking profit before the earnings rally, which I think we are going to get before April 20th. So towards the end of this week and beginning of next week, we are going to get that rally in Tesla. Right now, the Tesla stock is down like 900s, and I think it's an amazing thing to, I'm going to be selling some cash covered puts because the stock price is really good today to do that. And then wait for the earnings to open, and then I will personally myself wait for the earnings to open another big position. I'm waiting patiently on the sideline to play Tesla, Amazon, and Google, and I think we are almost there when the market condition is just perfect. So I think we'll see some wild swings for the next 2 weeks for Tesla, and especially after the earnings. And that will be an awesome opportunity for us long-term investors to come into Tesla and invest more if we are on the sideline for doing that. So if you like the video, then consider subscribing and also take advantage of free stocks from Moomoo when you deposit any amount. Links are in the description below. And also check out our Patreon if you like to join our community. Thank you for being here. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.